I'd like to see more blog sites say, this is what I want President Obama to do, this is what I want the Congress to do, this is why I think the critics are wrong, and oh, by the way, dear reader, here's something you could do to help solve the problem, no matter what's going on in Washington, D.C. I want this to last 40 years. And I want us to be mindful that sometimes we may have to take less than a full loaf. In 1992, I ran for president, saying that I wanted to have 250,000 young people a year serve in America. By the time I left office, a total of 700,000 had. I just went to President Obama's bill signing saying that we'll have 250,000 people a year by 2017. It took 25 years. Do I wish we could have done it in 8? You bet I do. Do I think it's still a great thing for America? Absolutely. We have to be willing to understand it. When I was president, we started having the federal government directly issue and guarantee student loans. It saved every student $1,300 in repayment costs for every $10,000 a student borrowed. In 8 years, the taxpayers saved $4 billion because people didn't default on loans they could repay. It saved the students $9 billion. Now President Obama wants to make that the universal program in America. Do I think we should do it? You bet I do. Is it worth taking 16 years to do? Absolutely. The Secretary of Education is going around to state after state after state asking them to abolish the limits on charter schools. As long as there's standards and accountability and you close down the ones that weren't working. When I campaigned on them in 1992, every political advisor I had said I was crazy as a loon because there was only one charter school in America in a town in Minnesota, and there were only 2 states that authorized it, Minnesota and Arkansas. When I left, there were 2,000. I left money for another 1,000. Now there are thousands of thousands, and if Arnie Duncan has his way, there'll be 10 or 20,000. Was it worth waiting a long time to get it right? You bet it is. You hold the seeds of a genuine revolution in our public life. And you do it by mobilizing people and generating emotion, but also getting people to think. People trust you. Even people who read you who don't agree with you, they believe that you believe what you put down. They don't believe that you fudge the facts. They believe that you're being straight with them. They think this is an interactive live thing. They think if you make a mistake, it's a mistake of the head, not the heart. They believe they can engage with you in this debate. They believe we can create a great, burgeoning American community where we argue these things out. And look, I'm not against argument. I liked it that that fella challenged me on Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I wish it hadn't happened too. We shouldn't pretend that we're all going to make nice all the time and that nothing will ever be contentious. But we should realize that we have been given this staggering responsibility. I have been waiting 40 years for this. All my life, I worked for a time when people believed our common humanity was more important than our interesting differences. All my life, I waited for a time when people, at least in theory, believed that we had to search for more win-win solutions instead of win-lose solutions. All my life, I waited for a time when people would respect and find fascinating all of these differences that make up America, but believe that what we had in common mattered more. You are the trustees of this moment. Most of you work like crazy to get it. And we have to make the most of it. You heard Brad Miller. He's living in a state that's pretty evenly divided, where half his Republicans don't even think the president's born in the United States. This battle is not over. We have big-time responsibilities. It is an honor for all of us to be alive and to carry this responsibility. We can't be in the peanut gallery. We have to be actors. We can't ask the president to do it alone. We can't ask the Congress to do it alone. We have to be actors. You proved that, and you proved it worked. Don't give up now, and for goodness sakes, don't get downtrodden, and don't get pessimistic, and don't lose your energy because things don't work out the way you want. It won't take you 40 years to get the health care legislation you want. It won't take you 40 years to get America right on global warming. It won't take us 40 years to put Americans back to work and stop this ridiculous growth in income inequality. And politics matters. You can help. In the 4 years of my second term, we had a decline in income inequality, the only time it happened since we went off the gold standard. Now, this matters. And in this 4 years, and the next 4 years, and 4 years after that, and 4 years after that, we can go far beyond all those achievements if all the rest of us do what we ought to do. This could be the most exciting time in all of human history. Are there dangers? Yes. Might we be attacked again? Of course. Could some other wheel run off? You betcha. But we are assaulting the inequality, the instability, and the unsustainability that bedevil the modern world in America and across the globe. We have good people in government. They are working hard. They are trying to do the right things. So are you. Let's just all stay in the same boat so we can reap the reward that the American people deserve. Thank you, and God bless you.